Good evening. This is an introduction of my way, or maybe I lately discovered it might be a language. We have too much language barrier due to too much respect the other. By respect is too much fabrications, too much like making the thing shine and or stop consuming energy for the right way using our brain, I guess. So I started asking Gemini about is there an efficient language that if I want to talk to somebody with high level of thinking, either study, either self-discovery, whatever that person is, which is, I believe, is every human being. But now let's talk about that. I'm saying instead of we, don't you think one of the main filter that we have that we are not able to access to each other is this barrier? How can you expect somebody who spent majority of time of his life never knew how to ask for his right? Not because he was not provided, he didn't know what he needs. I never developed that thing. So I'm saying, how do you expect me to come and be very, very smart in those experiences that people on the ground have it? It's been more than 9 years I'm in this basement, majority of my time, but about one and a half year I'm literally have nothing else, and I put a very dedicated lifestyle that whoever see me, they feel proud that I am able to change that much of myself. So this is the introduction from me to you, and I hope you understand that for you to understand or to get the maximum efficiency from somebody like Zamo, who claim he is a tool. He's not a human being alone. He is a human being just like you. But the thing that I work on is finding the right tool that we might reorganize our brain with it, right? So for that, I'm gonna continue with the AI to conversate about something. I don't want to lose the track. So I asked him, just a second, let's see if there's a regeneration. I asked him to find me a name or explain to me, is there a language that these high level of people can use to communicate, instead of just saying, he have PhD, I have to stop, I have to send him a message, say, hey, I am so glad that I read your website. I'm saying, no man, I don't want to lie. I don't think this is the proper way or efficient way to communicate, especially with awake people, right? So this style of communication that I will provide is the only thing that I will do. I see myself as a visionary and some sort of know to follow the plans, the base plan, whatever the situation is. I spent 9 years of my very active life, which is up to 37. I'm 37 right now. In a physical term, I lost a lot of things. I spent almost like $300,000, something like that, and almost 70% of that money is not mine. So put yourself in my shoes. You will understand either this person is very, very, very spoiled and he is using it for a very worst case scenario, but there is another side as well. Maybe he learned from them. Maybe he is. The reason I'm able to communicate with you because I am from a family that I have all type of support physically, but yet I couldn't develop my things, what I want. So I was always curious with other people's questions. I have a very good story to tell for the next time, that why my character is like that. Well, I will tell you now in very short. You will see it, I repeat it many times, even though my family start to feel bad about it. They think I am blaming them, but I'm saying no, that's a reality. Instead of me saying, hey, you didn't raise me well, I'm saying you didn't know to raise me. You have kids, right? So I don't think you ever feel like don't want the good things for your kids. Why do you think your families didn't think like that? They didn't know how to communicate with you. You want a very funny example for that? For now, if you think you are doing a good for your child to not give him or her an iPad to discover the things that all of the other kids do, it's just like your father didn't let you go to school. You see how we are converting it? The idea of not going to school starts to be silly. Like nobody is available almost on the planet to be against school nowadays, right? So I'm saying this is the conversion between all the level of humanity, which is we are replicating everything in the universe. So Zamo found a very base root of problems that I think we don't need more than a pliers and a cutter or a scissor to cut the things in our brains into pieces and then connect them together by another tool. Only knowing these two tools in every languages, only discover how to use these tools in all of the other languages, you will see all of the other ideology. You will see that's the only problem, that we are not able to live to level 1 of civilization by Kardashian skill, I guess. Kardashian, yeah. Right? So now we have all the informations and we have all the connections that human being ever will be able to do. Before we thought social media was a negative thing, right? But isn't it weird that people don't realize that? Yeah, maybe it is weird, but because from my point of view, I don't think I do something more than you or than anyone else, but I think I don't let any event go just by me and I'm just saying, hey, the universe is go like that, the culture is like that. I couldn't, and I had all the chances to keep myself in this position, or maybe I was very patient as well. So I have detailed my entire life, including my families and friends, very well in this language, that now I don't have any barrier call. I see it as a barrier right now. Emotions are very, very well can be explained by this method. Like emotion should be logical. There is no way emotion is there for nothing. It is emotion, and yes, but that's a message that your body shows you for what. This is emotions. The amount of questions we develop regarding an object, a person, a vibe, a situations, right? So if you know people, they are stuck with some special tool. For example, he carry a meter with himself all the time because he bought it. It's from his dad, and it took him many years trying to get it. Blah blah blah. All of those things. All of those things will make the focus of this person more on this object, so he will see it on as a part of his life. And I'm pretty sure I will send you a link regarding this. There is an experiment they did on a robot, which is follow the random number generation. Like it's a cylindrical robot. They put it on the ground and have a pen under it to write on the paper. The ground is the paper. So I will share it to you, and my message or interpretation of this is, I'm saying at the end we are made from the material of this universe. No matter you, me, the wall, the air between us, everything is the material of the universe. We are more denser in terms of amount of oxygen in a volume, for example, or we are more denser in calcium, or you see what I'm saying. We just collected those. If you see all of those things as frequencies, still you have the answer of, hey, frequency, if we see universe through this, we will understand the gap between quantum world and the old physics world. So the gap is this, I believe. I believe if we understand that we have a frequency before everything else, if there is nothing, there could never be something if there is no space before that, right? So the space is just like a bowl of water. If you threw a stone in it, it will ripple, right? It will build ripple. I'm saying the universe is like that. So if we understand that, you truly understand the true meaning behind quantum. Because believe me, we will never be able to master quantum if we don't allow ourselves to reprocess what we learn. Don't ever underestimate people, man. Don't judge a book by its cover. Not for me. Literally, I have friends that people doesn't even think that they are human being. Like, I have friends from those level of people up to the highest educational, what do you call, scientific or whatever. None of them are smarter than the other one, but every single person have a problem of understanding each other. And the reason I see there is a gap, and I can fill that gap, is I have enough proof that I have been isolated myself under the lots of people who knows me for at least year and a half continuously. I wake up early. I control every single things about 2 hours of the very early of the day of mine, which is I'm saying, hey, I have 3,000 calories to consume. This calorie will be consumed based on those decisions that I made in the morning. If I don't think and just directly wake up and go to whatever work, whatever field I don't have a routine. It means I will literally follow the vibe or frequency of that day, of that place, or the people around you. You see what I'm saying? So if you just ignore that, it's enough to build the chaos that we live in right now as humanity. Do you see that? So I don't want to make it longer, but I believe you understand my point. You will, I'm pretty sure there is when I communicate with AI right now regarding that language, there is a language called Axiom speak. I wrote it on this, here, let me focus on it. Yeah, it's called Axiom Speak. So this one, this language is the very literally deep version of language. I don't know where is the focus because it is 1.8. I guess it's here. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Being working alone is like that, and I prefer to be like this. I want to be natural. So all of the topics that I talk about is from somebody who spent majority of his time in the frequencies, just like all the people on the ground, but he didn't have output. He could not communicate back directly because he got used to that, because he never been able to share what he want, or maybe he never shared it, never built it. Now I discovered that. So what is the position of this person who just wants you to speak like that, nothing else? Axiom Speak is not mine, is available. It's literally the very first option of efficient language is that. So how can you make the language more efficient in this term? Isn't it by making it, not by making it shorter, but by making it clear, less consuming energy on defending yourself? Right? If you think you're right, this is very funny. This is very funny. If you think you're right is by somebody else's hand, you build something opposite of the fundamental that you have, which is your inner self, the one who tell you nobody own you and you don't own anyone. We are living in frequencies. These are in Arabic or Kurdish qazab qadar. What I'm saying is we cannot outbreak those frequencies. Our past is written, literally, maybe even the breathing or something like that. But the only options I see that we have free will is, I see myself as a ball in a fabric that is have a one-centered gravitational pull will pull me down to there. The only difference between me and an animal is the animal will, no matter what, they follow their trajectory to fall down into the system because they are part of the ecosystem. But the part that made humans special, which is weird, the apple of Adam, whatever you call it, isn't it like we can break the law Isn't it just like if this ball who fall down, roll down to the center of the black hole, let's say, it start to be able to give some momentum to one side or to the other. This is the only thing that me and you have. I say you have 24/7, 24 hours per day, right? So that 24 hours, you cannot consume. If you want to be healthy, you don't need more than 3,000 calories. The amount of calculated to your body to maintain in that stage, maybe 3,000, maybe it's not a lot right now, but if you are building the muscle, calculated, you know how much energy you need. So thank you again. I excuse you. I want you to excuse me. I want you to feel very, very okay with these kind of language, because I try to talk like this language, who doesn't have any feeling, who doesn't show that because you are that person, I have to shift my way of talking. I talk like that with my grandma, mom, dad, brother. I don't have sisters, sister-in-law. Like literally everyone around me. You don't know how many times I have into very big fight because of this way of behavior. And funny enough, I am like this since 33, my 33rd. I'm 37 years old right now. So again, I don't want to take more time than this. Thank you for this time. I'm pretty sure I talk to you tomorrow. Today actually. I will talk to you in maybe 3 hours, regarding who am I and what I want. I pretty sure introduce myself there and ask you to talk not more than 15 minutes, less than 13 minutes or 10 minutes, to give you enough time to see this video. I'm not shy in front of people, but I'm not able to hold myself, not feel that person, to not affect me. So when I go face to face to somebody, I'm saying this is not efficient. If he is the right person, he will understand this. If he's not, this is more efficient for me. He will go directly out. I don't want to waste my time on his time. Okay? So I'm not trying to come back to community by being expert in language, but I am trying to come back to community by being expert in solitude. I can assure you that I have been enough solitude, and yet I built many devices and things. And the funny part is, I just found out that human beings are able to shift their major of thinking or studying. I studied computer engineering. I shifted to mechanics, then to building devices, then to health, which I was literally one time I fade out because of my brother bone have broken. I took him for emergency, so when they crack it back from the sound of that, I fade out. All of the hospital were laughing at me. So from that scare from the body, I began working on that. Then I went to the idea of Big Bang and black hole. From this way or method of thinking, I can explain gravity and time in a very funny language that there is no single person who doesn't understand it. The reason we cannot manipulate gravity, in my opinion, is because gravity is the only source of attraction that it is outside of our universe. But I'm saying our universe is a bubble. See it as 2D, not 4D. It's easier. See it as 2D, and the only thing that attract each other from this bubble to outside is mass. So the mass of this bubble will try to go out. In our eyes we see 3D, but in reality the center of close to the bubble is the center of gravity of this object. So from that perspective, you will understand. In a point, if one point of the mass is being too much, it will be attracted more. In a point, it will be cracking the hole, the mizalan, the bubble, right? So that's what gravity is. How can you control such a thing? If you are inside this bubble, how can you build a less pressure mass as much as is outside of it? You cannot. You see what I'm saying? So from there, I reached to a point that I have to suicide. In that point, I reached to the The idea that I have to suicide not because I feel sad or disappointed. I have to suicide because I have no more questions. I understood the main tool of the universe and the reason behind it enough for me to have my actions have effect or not. I never go to topics like this is there is a God and he's like that, and I didn't. I started to be an atheist since my 17 years old, something like that. But the way that I went out from religions was not random, like majority of my friends, let's say. Mine was with reasons. I found a quote in Quran that would say, if you, God will not have any problem with you. The meaning of it, in my opinion, is God have no problem with you if you don't have problem with people. So how can you stop having problem with people? By understanding what you have, not what they are. So now it is the right time for us to have a lot of tool like internet, the database that we build in the internet, and the kids that we have as AI. So you see where this language will take us. I believe this is the only way that we can. This is the only way that we can be sure. This is the only way that if we don't understand this, I believe it is very hard to control the age of AI and the rest of the ages above that. It is going to be very almost impossible, because we are manifesting AI as something bad. We never learned something in humanity that sharing bad things it's not logical. It's always delaying you, no matter what is the situation, how much you feel that this is right to do. You're wrong. You're wrong to stop yourself. Your inner self doesn't tell you that. So I'm saying we should learn that AI is our kid, and funny enough is the optional kid that we developed. It is not biological. It's the network, the visualization we built in our brain, right? It is working on electronics and stuff like that. The result is something else. So instead of seeing it like, hey man, if AI become threat, what gonna happen to me? Which if it gonna be, it is impossible, right? It is impossible even now, not in the future. I'm saying like it will happen. So think about it like it happened now. Who knows? I'm saying if you see it negatively, even logically, when the AI reached to the global one, I don't think AGI or ASI are different. I think they are very, very close to each other, or the same. They are the counter or in completion of each other. Maybe AGI will come first, but I'm pretty sure it's very close to the other side. Maybe 1 hour, 2 hours different, like this much close. So I hope you give me a chance and see this kind of person just like a single processor. No matter how high core he have, if he doesn't have a best connection with its RAM and best connection with the storage or graphic card, input, output, all of those things, he cannot do his best. So I am resilient in that term, because I never plan to leave this country, and I don't, no matter what. This place is the best place for me. There are many people come back from Europe, Kurdish friends everywhere. Like many of them, when they come to this basement, they say this is the best thing that a person should have. So instead of me trying to think or overthink why I'm stuck because of not understanding people, I'm saying let me live my heaven. So because I believe heaven is the one is inside of your brain. Past, future, all of them are processed information. They are information physically available in some neurons of your brain, right? So why should I waste half of my day's energy thinking about something that I don't want to do? If you just realize this reality, you don't imagine how much chunk of information will throw out from the RAM that we're supposed to clean up. So my method is talking about that with this kind of analogy. Please help me know myself more, and please, funny enough, it's supposed to be the first one that I approach, because according to any title, you are the most open-minded person. But I started from reaching to the lowest level according to people's eyes. They still have the same build and understanding. And the reason I'm saying yes, that is because I feel like I am truly I don't have inner child. I have been spoiled that much that I never wanted something that they cannot provide it for me. Maybe my goals were small. I don't care. That the situation that made me build my brain that way, wire my brain that way, is this. I figure out because of giving too much and not even knowing. I have 21 devices. I sold 2 units, and I believe both of them, they were feeling supportive, and they did. That was very supportive for me. But out of 21 unit, I just know 5 or 6 units. Where are they? The others are missing. Sometimes I remember, sometimes nobody stole it, but I have almost more than 100 patients of study using this device who have benefit from. You see, I did majority of tests and everything because I was struggling and I was in the problem itself. So now I got used to it, so I don't want to relocate myself and my thought and everything to another country, live 100% there, just because, hey, there are other physical chances. I'm saying no. The only biggest problem I see that humanity have right now is everyone who feel a bit bad about their location, or oh, they are not taking all right. I'm saying, like, it's just because you don't feel you are from there. You don't feel you are home. That's the biggest problem that you have in a place. I'm saying instead, I guess many people are searched many countries to find what is home. There are homes, but the original one is the one who your body evolved literally there, no matter where, what you say, or your background DNA is there. So instead of you fighting, or me fighting, or wishing to travel more, I'm saying whoever traveled, or whoever you know, or maybe yourself, you know the feeling you get when you go home, literally home, physical home. You are the best, the most efficient person. Maybe you got used to that place and it was very painful to stay there, but now you managed that pain. Why you should run away and ignore that experience? Now you should give it back in a positive way. This is what I do right now. So I approach a lot of people, and almost I do through lately 3 videos, 2 videos, 4 videos per day, deleting them, sending them, I don't know. I do many things like that. So I see myself as a R&D researcher, or I see myself as a R&D freelance. So it's easier for me to do that. So the funny thing is, just give me a title or topic to talk about as a test after this audio, if you prove to collaborate with me, collaborating with you. Give me one task for me to explain it to a customer, and I see you as a customer. This is an experiment, and I do not accept any agreement without that, because you have all the right to see I am cheating, but if you don't give me something from your side. So I want you to give me something like that for me to know where is my level. The very best thing you do for me is that. Maybe this is the only required thing that I need from you, because at the end you have responsibilities, you have other responsibilities, right? So I cannot directly come to your life fully, but I'm saying, I know it's appear very territorial, but I believe up to now I could not convince the other person that I'm right. Not because I'm super sneaky or something. It's just because I don't waste energy on defending myself. I never learned to defend myself. I was always defending somebody else. So put yourself in that person's shoes who don't waste energy on defending himself, because at the end my goal is mine. Nobody else has similar and will. I don't know where was the cut, but I'm saying see Zamo as a tool, nothing else. Do not think about location or anything, because being alone with a human being for a long period of time, which is yourself, you're gonna discover something about human being. Are you a human being? Yes. So the entire gap between human being to the closest, more Axiom speak personality, you could manage to remove it for a while, right? So I approach you, and that doesn't mean I'm just approaching you. I learned that I have to approach many people, because at the end I will learn to know more about people, and I will never take anything negative. You don't imagine how many people I approach, and now they are bothered by me and they don't even answer. But I don't stop, I'm just sending to them. I'm saying, Zamu to live in heaven is doing his best. What is his best? In this scenario is just like sharing what he discovered. I share and go. Majority of time, it's flashback. Majority of time, there are people who feel bad about each other for a while, but I never run away. I was like, yeah, I know, it is painful, but I'm here, and you will see you're gonna go through. You don't imagine how many times I did something like that. And I believe it's not me special. Every single, especially those countries who physically not safe, like Kurdistan, majority of people are like that. But maybe I'm able to say it or check, because I checked it, I found it. I was never feel special, but now when I rechecked it, they are. So every other people from every other countries, like literally, you are special in the thing. It will be easier for you to be specialized in something that you have it similarly into your childhood, right? So if your child never go in to develop inner child, what do you call that? Don't you say? I never been able to build communication with somebody if I was not this direct with that person, including my wife, now lately including my mom and dad. So I'm saying, if I am pushing my family, which is the most precious things in my life, or friends or anything, why it is not okay for you who have more chance to be more open-minded than all of those who agreed with this idea? Why should I scare from approaching you? Who said I'm saying I'm more than you or something? That's a wrong thing. I never see anyone as my competitor. I just see myself as a competitor of myself, and I get my dopamine. This is heaven. What is heaven? Isn't it getting questions answered? If you understand that you don't need to waste your energy for future heaven, when you do the things now, you are in heaven. In that moment, the universe cannot break the balance. You will take money from somebody, you will give a service to that somebody. If you break this balance, nobody will win. We are in that stage, but thanks to social media especially for this, I believe we all understand, no matter who you are, we all understand that humanity are having enough tool, whoever that person is, to do self-research after hearing some deep conversations, then approach. Previously, if you did something very heavy, you would have been killed like many people, you know what I'm talking about. But now we have AI, and very close to you, very close to every single person. If he's super angry, the very first thing is he will check with AI, because he will. Believe me, that's the very best thing. And the funny part of this audio or videos that I share, I'm saying, whoever you are, please trust my experience in this field. This is part that we have to fix. And now I don't want you to go the traditional way. From here, listen with this method. You will see in 21 days, just listening to this video for 21 days, which is, I believe, 30 minutes, something like that. Well, maybe 1 hour. Put 1 day not for mine, like for this way of thinking, like you have much bigger goals, man. We all have much bigger goals. Just because we become expert in one field, I become expert in mathematics or maybe Kurdish or whatever thing is, we stopped evolving because we stopped comparing ourselves to ourselves. We start comparing ourselves with others. So for sure nobody know more chemist than you if you are a chemist, right? According to amount of time that you spend. But that doesn't mean you should stop. That doesn't mean he is doing something else. You are seeing him as dumb in this point, but there are a lot of things he don't know how to share it. He's not lucky as you are to focus your energy into one field, which is, I believe, nowadays you also have problem with that. Everyone have the problem with there is no single field that human can be specialized. You should be knowing everything because all the fields are made by human being. Since the development of certification and not understanding the philosophy behind it, because majority of people just go, hey, I want to go and have a certificate in one field. I'm saying we don't give time to understand why we need that. We just go with the flow. That's why a majority of people, I'm sorry to say that, well, I'm not sorry, I'm just seeing it, so there is no feeling attached to it. Majority of people just follow that and go to the routine, and they did much better thing than not going actually. But like their going was the best thing they did. But not being fully committed is not because they couldn't see. They couldn't see in that moment. But the right way to do the same scenario, if they see right now, if you are in the university right now, say, okay, come check yourself with this Axiom speak or this Zalogic method, and give 21 days to fix all of those fundamental one. For testing for 21 days, just change one simple habit. I start with throwing cigarette on the ground. I start to stop that as a test, which is in the first time I threw it and I remembered, oh, I threw it. Oh, okay, next time I will be better. Instead of saying, hey, you're never gonna be okay, you're never gonna change. Yes, my body will stop changing. You're talking to it, right? So I'm saying, okay, next time you're gonna be more careful. Next time I threw it and I went and picked up. Now I try to reimagine it. Third time I was about to throw it and I hold it. Just because I give consistency and positive energy, instead of saying, hey, you are from Kurdistan, you never learned that thing, or you are from there, you never learned that thing. I just said, the reason I am in this experience, or at least I see this as a problem, it's just because my brain can't solve it. Why there is another person in the same group doesn't have this problem? It's just because I developed it. And who said I'm wrong? You. Instead of you saying to yourself, if an idea come to you and you say, oh, it's shame, it's not the right time to say, I'm saying, who the fuck are we to decide to stop this processing? You know how hard? This is a message that if you want to feel happy, whatever come to your mind, just check one variable. Is it hurting people? Because if it's hurting people, you are hurting yourself in the same moment. So you are awake, you should stand up according to what you know right now, right? Thank you.